Good day, ma'am. I am Luisa S. Talaid, and this is the topic of Group 6, Personality Development. And these are the objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student will be able to understand the nature of personality, develop a deeper understanding of theories of personality development, and identify the determinants of personality and demonstrate the importance of personality enhancement. Now, I will proceed to my topic. The idea that personality is the aggregate conglomeration of memories and incidents in an individual's entire lifespan is a controversial perspective in the field of psychology. While experiences and memories can certainly shape a person's behavior and attitudes, it is widely recognized that personality is also influenced by a range of other factors such as genetics, culture, and environment. It's important to note that memories and incidents do play a role in shaping personality. As people go through life, they accumulate a range of experiences that can influence their beliefs, attitude, and behaviors. For example, someone who has experienced a traumatic event may become more anxious or cautious in certain situations. Similarly, positive experiences can lead to more positive attitudes and behaviors. However, it's also important to recognize that personality is a complex and multidimensional construct that is influenced by many other factors. For example, genetic factors play a role in determining certain personality traits such as extroversion and neuroticism. Culture also plays a significant role in shaping personality as different societies have different values, norms, and beliefs that can influence personality development. Personality also influences that we think our beliefs, values, and expectations. Personality refers to the characteristic patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that make each person unique. It is shaped by a combination of genetic, environmental, and cultural factors and can influence a wide range of cognitive processes, including our beliefs, values, and expectations. Our personality can influence the way we perceive the world around us and the way we interpret information. For example, people with an optimistic personality tend to focus on the positive aspects of a situation, while those with a pessimistic personality tend to focus on the negative aspects. This can affect the way they think and their beliefs and expectations about the future. Similarly, our personality can also influence our values and priorities in life. For instance, people who have a strong sense of duty and responsibility tend to prioritize their work and family obligations over personal leisure activities. Our personality can also influence our beliefs about ourselves and others. And now, let's proceed to the difference between personal and personality. So, personal defined as process in which person reflects upon themselves, understand who they are, accept what they discover about themselves, and learn new sets of values, attitudes, behavior, and thinking skills. Personal development is a process in which an individual engages in introspection, self-reflection, and self-analysis to understand their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and motivations better. This process allows individuals to gain clarity about who they are and what they want from their lives. Personal development involves accepting what is discovered about oneself, including strengths, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. In addition to gaining self-awareness, personal development also involves learning new values, attitudes, behaviors, and thinking skills. This can be done through a variety of methods such as reading self-help books, attending workshops or seminars, seeking feedback from others, practicing mindfulness, and setting personal goals. Personal development is to enhance one's overall well-being and quality of life by improving self-awareness, developing new skills and attitudes, and making positive changes in behavior. It is a lifelong process that requires commitment, self-discipline, and a willingness to learn and grow. Personality defined as the set of emotional qualities, ways of behaving, etc. that makes a person different from other people. Personality refers to the unique set of characteristic traits, emotional patterns, and behaviors that define an individual that make them distinct from other people. Personality can be shaped by a variety of factors including genetics, upbringing, life experience, and cultural influences. It is often thought of as a relatively stable trait although it can also be subject to change over time. Okay, moving on to the nature of personality. So, personality is the result of both heredity and environment. Personality implies an integration of various traits. Personality is a dynamic process. Personality is a complex and multidimensional construct that is shaped by both heredity and environment. Heredity refers to the genetic factors that are passed down from parents to their offspring and can influence a range of traits and characteristics, including temperament, intelligence, and physical appearance. These genetic factors can set the stage for the development of certain personality traits, but they do not determine personality entirely. The environment also plays a critical role in shaping personality. Environmental factors such as upbringing, socialization, and life experiences can impact the development of personality traits, attitudes, and behaviors. For example, a child who is raised in an abusive or neglectful environment may develop personality traits such as anxiety, distrust, or aggression or as a result. Personality is also the result of an integration of various traits. Personality traits are enduring patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that distinguish individuals from one another. While each person possesses a unique combination of traits, it is the integration of these traits that gives rise to an individual's overall personality. And personality is a dynamic process that evolves and changes over time. While some personality traits may be relatively stable and enduring, others may be more malleable and responsive to changing life circumstances. And that's all my report, and to be continued by Miss Mamakaw.
Good day everyone, my name is Jaime H. Mamakaw and I will be discussing the three distinct properties of personality and the nature of personality. So we have three distinct properties of personality. First, personality reflects individual differences. So personality reflects individual differences, meaning wala kang katulad. We react differently. We have a different behaviors and different personality traits. For example, nagyaya ka ng outing to your friend. So you have that one friend na walang pag-aanilangan na pumayag. Wala nang tanong kung saan, paano ang gastos, like that. May isa ka namang kaibigan na magtatanong muna kung paano ang gastusin, paghahatian ba, o saan na lugar pupunta, bago pumayag. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng iba't ibang reaksyon. Our differences in personality is reflected by our individual differences, different actions, and different behaviors again. So, next one is personality is consistent and enduring. Meaning, personality doesn't change easily. It's consistent most of the time. If you are given the same situation, you will react the same way because it's consistent. The third one is personality can change. Okay? Most people in their lifetime will experience an event that open their eyes to a new understanding of the world. For example, someone who is carefree and happy might become more serious and stern after experiencing abuse in a relationship. These events can change who we are and how we think at the core. Next is the nature of personality. So according kay Rathod, meron tayong nature of personality. Una na dito ay ang personality is the result of both heredity and environment. So heredity. Heredity involves all those physiological and psychological peculiarities. So when we talk about physiological and psychological peculiarities, we are talking about behavioral neuroscientists, meaning it involves neurons or nervous system. Okay? How we react to certain situations. And all of this, ito ay namamana natin sa ating magulang. For example, if the parents have a pointed nose, Example, it can inherit to their offspring through genes. So lahat ng ito, it's affect our personality. So next is environment. Our environment affects us from birth to death. Since noong pinanganak hanggang mamatay ka, maaapektuhan ka ng iyong environment. So how? So we have a different status in the society. May mayaman, may mahirap, may dalaga at may binata. May matanda at bata. So all of this leads to different rules, iba't ibang ugali, way of thinking. Again, all of this affects our personality. Kaya ang personality natin ay namamana natin to our parents and from our environments. Next is personality implies an integration of various traits. So meaning all of the elements identified as parts of personality, they are integrated, so hindi basta-basta assembled. So what is the difference between integrated and assembled? Okay, when we talk about assembled, imagine yung Lego. Yung Lego ay binubuo ng iba't ibang pieces. At pag bumuo ka ng bahay from the Lego, you have the whole finished product from different pieces. Pero binubuo pa rin siya ng iba't ibang parte, meaning kaya mo i-identify kung alin ang pieces 1 at pieces 2. At kaya mo ring paghiwalay-hiwalayin after mabuo. While integrated, pinagsama-sama mo sila but hindi na sila hiwalay kasi maapektuhan ng iba't ibang piraso ang isa't isa. For example, pieces 1 would affect pieces 2. Not only the pieces 2 ang maapektuhan kundi ang finished product or yung buong bahay. At yung buong bahay dito ay tinutukoy natin ay ang personality. So all of this nagiging unique tayo. So next is personality as a dynamic process. Personality development is a reciprocal relationship between the ways in which a person views his experiences and his actual social and interpersonal experiences. Development of personality is a continuous. So, meaning today we gain new experiences, new thoughts, new feelings, new beliefs, and new behavior.
Good day everyone, my name is Princess Ann Antolijo Socuano and my report is all about measuring types of personality, the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, widely known as MBTI, is a personality test that types out your personality. Who created the MBTI assessment? It began with Catherine Cook Briggs and her daughter, Isabel Briggs Mears, in the United States in the early middle 20th century. Now, Briggs was inspired to research personality type theory when she met Isabel's future husband, Clarence Mears. She noticed he had a different way of seeing the world. This intrigued her enough to start a literature review to understand different temperaments. Now let's proceed to the S or N, sensing or intuition. How one prefers to process information, whether through the use of senses, such as being able to describe what one sees or like dealing with ideas. Sensing and intuition is how you process information. Someone who is strong in sensing lives in the now and enjoy facts, while being intuitively means you try and find the deeper meaning in things.
Now, the T or F, thinking or feeling. How an individual prefers to make decisions, either thinking or using logic and analysis, or feeling, which uses the cognitive senses based on the values or beliefs. The thinking and feeling preference fair use how to make decisions either by objective logic or subjective feeling. Thinking and feeling are opposite preferences. A person's natural tendency toward one will be stronger than the other. People with a feeling trait follow their hearts and emotions. Sometimes without even realizing it, they may show it to different degrees and different ways. but however they do it feeling personality type tend to be caring, compassionate, and warm. These consider people can be highly protective of those they care about, whether their family or the other people. When presented with a decision, people with a thinking trait typically lean on objective informations. Knowledge is their indispensable tool. Once these personality types gather the facts, they test their alternatives against logic and reasons to see which decisions by those standards proves the most effective or realistic. They generally manage their relationship by employing fairness and effectiveness as their primary methods of dealing with others. Their passionates are born of respect. Now, the J or P, the judgments or perceptions, how an individual prefers to manage one's life, whether through judging, which means a planned or organized life, versus perceptions, which has more flexible approach to living. Judging and perceiving are opposite ends of the personality spectrum in relations to how a person approaches the outside world. Individuals who are judging-oriented are structured and make formal decisions, while perceiving-oriented individuals tend to plan less and adapt better to change. I will end my report with a quote saying, "Personality begins where comparison ends." That's it, and thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Junel Langkoy Adan, and today I will discuss personality disorder. What are personality disorders? Personality disorder is a type of mental disorder in which you have a rigid and unhealthy pattern of thinking, functioning, and behaving. So, personality disorder is a problem sa mental natin in which a person that has this kind of problem has a difficulty in thinking, functioning, and behaving. A person with personality disorder has trouble perceiving and relating to situations and people. So the person that has this kind of problem will also have will also has a difficulty in relating to others or situations to others, and they perceive differently. This causes significant problems and limitations in relationships, school, social work, social activities, and work. So, because of personality disorder, they will be limited in participating in such activities, such as in being into a relationship and performing social activities, or even work and go to school. And in some cases, you may not realize that you have a personality disorder because your way of thinking and behaving seems natural to you and you have blamed others for the challenges you face. So, ang mga tao may personality disorder, para sa kanila, lahat ng bagay na ginagawa nila is normal. In which, for normal people, hindi talaga yung normal yung lahat na ginagawa nila. Because the way they behave or act is different from the normal thing to do. And personality disorders usually begin with the teenage years or early adulthood. So, here I have a statement there and I will read it to you and give it the meaning about how does this statement can be related to to personality disorder. So, everyone is shouting at me, why do you find things so difficult? Why can't you just be normal? And I try and explain that I am on a tightrope way in the air and they all just have their feet on the ground. But they all just laugh. So, by just reading the sentence, we can say that the message there is a person with personality disorder is like a person that having a big problem. So gusto niya sanang sabihin sa ibang tao na may problema. Gusto na siya nang sabihin sa ibang tao na may problema siya. Subalit kung sasabihin man niya is hindi siya seryosohin ng iba. Kasi akala nila yung problemang mayroon siya is normal lang o hindi siya naghihirap doon. In which, kabaliktaran, kabaliktaran pala kasi nahihirapan na talaga sila sa pagkakaroon ng personality disorder. So there are three types of personality disorders and they are grouped into three clusters. The cluster A personality disorder, also known as suspicious, is composed of paranoid personality disorder, schizoid personality disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, and the cluster B personality disorder, also known as the emotional and impulsive, is first we have the antisocial personality disorder, the borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and the narcissistic personality disorder. And the cluster C personality disorder, also known as the anxious, first we have the avoidant personality disorder, the dependent personality disorder, and the obsessive compulsive personality disorder. In the cluster A, the first that I'm going to discuss is the paranoid personality disorder. This is a mental health condition marked by long-term pattern of distrust and suspicion of others without adequate reasons to be suspicious. Sa mga taong may paranoid personality disorder ay nahihirapan sila mag-trust sa other people and they always have find suspicion and nahihirapan silang mag-trust sa mga sa kahit sino sa mga tao. Paranoid personality disorder may find it hard to confide with people, even their friends and family. And number two is they find it very difficult to trust other people. So, they believe, so para sa kanila, nahihirapan silang mag-trust sa ibang tao kasi para sa kanila baka lang sila take advantage o gamitin. And they have difficulty in relaxing. So, mga taong to is parang always stressed and they read threats and danger into everyday situation, innocent remarks or casual looks from others. So, suspicious talaga sila sa lahat ng bagay, pati lang sa mga pangyayari o sa mga tao. Saan mo kayo Google? Naida, ngay post pa ko. Second is the schizoid personality disorder, an uncommon condition in which people avoid social activities and consistently shy away from interaction with others. So, ang mga taong to is always shy and they're worse than introverts and they always hate interaction. So, person with this schizoid personality disorder have excessive explosiveness and they always don't want to belong in the society. Iniwasan nila maging belong sila sa society. And they have no motivation for relationship. Sa mga taong ito is walang chance sa mga love na yan. They always want to be alone. And they are blunted effect, indifference to praise or criticism. And typically work in fields where they can hide. So mahilig silang magtrabaho sa mga lugar na sila lang ang tao o walang kagrupo, walang kasama. And the third is the schizotypal personality disorder, a mental health condition marked by consistent pattern of intense discomfort with relationships and social interactions. Having this disorder would let you experience distorted thoughts or perceptions. Sa mga taong ito ay iba mag-isip o iba sila tumingin sa mga bagay-bagay. Find making close relationship extremely difficult. It is difficult for them kasi hindi nila alam o they never in their life experience one or experience having a close relationship. That is why they find it so difficult. They think and express themselves in ways that others find odd, using unusual words or phrases, making relating to others difficult. Sa mga taong may schizotypal is iba sila mag-isip o mag-act. And mahilig din sila mag-say ng words na iba sa atin, iba sa sinasabi ng mga normal. And kung mag-act man sila is different. For example, pag kumain sila, instead of using spoon, is bibigdit sa yung gagamitin nila sa pagkain to the plate. And or instead of walking properly, magja-jump yan sila o maglilip. And the fourth one is they believe that they can read minds and have special powers such as sixth sense. So para sa kanila may power sila. So this is the start of the cluster 2, cluster B. The first is the antisocial personality disorder, a particularly challenging type of personality disorder characterized as impulsive, responsible, and often criminal behavior. Sa mga taong ito is prone sa pagiging kriminal kasi wala silang paki, responsable sila sa lahat ng bagay. A person with antisocial personality disorder has no regard for others, tend to be criminals, violent, o nagiging sociopath. Seems likable, but this is due to manipulation. So, pag ang mga taong may antisocial personality disorder is likable, hindi talaga sila ganon. In which, nagiging ganon lang sila kasi minamanipula nila tayo na magustuhan sila. Kasi likable nga sila sa tingin natin, which is hindi talaga sila likable. Part lang yun ng manipulation nila. They tend to have a childhood histories of abuse. Mayroon silang history ng abuse o nakaka-experience sila. And cruelty to others or animals. And enuresis. Second one is the borderline personality disorder, a mental illness which severely impacts a person's ability to regulate their emotions. Sa mga taong ito is may problem i-maintain ang kanilang emotion and feelings. People with borderline personality disorder has unstable mood, negative self-image, border between neurotic and psychotic. So, ang mga taong ito is sometimes nagiging happy, sometimes nagiging magalitin, at sometimes naman nagiging masayahin o nagiging nervous. And they have negative self-image. So, tingin lang sa sarili na is so low. Mababa. Meron silang problema sa sariling confidence or self-esteem. And they are high in risk for non-suicidal self-injury. First is like mahilig silang mag-cut sa kanilang wrist gamit ang blades or mag-overdose ng gamot. And they act out to gain attention. So, mag-a-act lang sila if gusto nila ng attention ng ibang tao. And their current interpersonal difficulty throughout life. So, nahihirapan sila magkaroon ng interpersonal relationship with other people throughout their life. So, the next is the histrionic personality disorder, a type of psychiatric disorder that features attention-seeking behaviors, seductive behavior, and emotional overreaction. Sa mga taong ito is attention-seeking and seductive, o may pagkahalang flirty-flirty, and minsan OA. So, people with histrionic personality disorder is highly attention-seeking and outwardly emotional. So, gusto nila sila lang yung attention ng mga bagay-bagay. And outwardly emotional. So, mahilig silang umiyak o kaya lang tumawa o magalit. And usually overly concerned with their appearance. So, sila yung mga taong laging may paki sa mukha, may laging may paki sa pananamit, di nila gusto maging pangit. And sexually promiscuous, o lahat ng mga kaibigan nito is walang pili. Whether babae ba lahat or lalaki lahat, or lahat sila lalaki, babae. And have difficulty maintaining relationship. So kasi itong mga may histrionic personality disorder, nahihirapan silang mag-maintain ng relationship kasi they will jump from one relationship to another without focusing to the other one first. So, mag-jump sila from one relationship to another bago na naman. So, they will have difficulty in maintaining relationship and craves being the center of attention. So, gusto nila sila yung center ng attention ng lahat ng bagay. And the fourth one is the narcissistic personality disorder, a mental health condition in which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own self-importance. So, ang mga taong may narcissistic is gusto nila mataas yung tingin nila sa sarili nila. Mataas ang tingin nila sa kanilang sarili. Gusto nila sila lang ang pinaka-importanting tao sa isang room o sa buhay nila. And people with narcissistic personality disorder are self-entitled, lacking empathy, and grandiose. So, self-entitled, which means that ang mga taong to is pag feel nila mayroon silang rango sa lahat ng bagay. Self-entitled sila. And may lack sila of empathy, wala silang awa. Kahit anong gawin nila, kahit saktan kanila, wala silang paki. And they will exaggerate their accomplishments. So, pag mayroon man silang narating sa buhay, o mayroon man lang silang accomplishment, is i-exaggerate nila yon. Maaring ipanghambog lang ba? Hambog. Like, magiging OA sila sa mga nag-accomplish nila. Like, gagawin nilang always medal na yun, o kung medal ba yung naparoon nila, or always nilang ipapakita yung mga certificate nila, o di kaya they will always brag it about to their as a topic. Lagi lang itutok to sa ibang tao. And number 3 is they feel personal attack and react with rage when challenged. So, for example, mayroon kang gustong sabihin sa kanya na parang tinikitize mo siya o kina-challenge lang, is magiging personally attack sila. Feel nila na ina-atake mo sila. And they will react with rage, which is not normal. Pag may nang-criticize sa atin, which is not normal kung mag-react tayo ng rage. Kaya, hindi sila normal. Mga narcissistic sila. We are now in the cluster C, and the first type of personality disorder is the obsessive compulsive personality disorder, a mental health condition that causes an extensive preoccupation with perfectionism, organization, and control. These behaviors and thought patterns interfere with completing tasks and maintaining relationship. So OCD, ma, um, um, so a mental health condition. So ang mga taong to is perfectionist, laging organized ang bagay at laging gustong may control. So people with obsessive compulsive personality disorder of early rigid, preoccupied with orders, doing things my way. So pag may kasama kang taong ganito, may obsessive compulsive personality disorder, is mahirapan ka talaga makipag sama sa kanila. Kasi pag mayroon silang ipinagawa sa iyo, dapat talaga perfect 'yon, at kung ano yung utos niya dapat masunod talaga. Perfectionist kasi siya and ego syntonic. So ang kanyang decision is dapat yun lang ang masusunod. First, and the second one is the avoidant personality disorder, characterized by feelings of extreme social inhibition, inadequacy, and sensitivity to negative criticism and rejection. So, ang mga taong ito is sensitive sa mga negative criticism. Pag sinabihan mo sila or may comment ka lang sa kanila is maha-heart agad sila, and kung i-reject mo naman sila is maha-heart rin. O mag-iiba lahat yung pakiramdam agad nila. People with avoidant personality disorder is hypersensitive to rejection or criticism. So yun na nga, iba yung pakiramdam nila pag ni-reject mo sila o criticize. They also have low self-esteem. Maliit lang yung kanilang pagpapahalaga sa sarili. And they desire relationships but extreme anxiety regarding initiating socialization. Gusto sana sila ng mga relationship, pero natatakot sila mag-initiate ng socialization o mag-initiate ng usap sa ibang tao para magka-socialize naman sila. So, ang avoidant personality disorder is different from schizoid kasi ito sila gusto pa nila ng love, magbigay ng chance sa mga relationship. However, ang schizoid naman is different because hindi talaga nila gusto. Although shy type silang dalawa, pero mas worst ang schizoid kasi hindi nila gustong maging part sa society o maging into a relationship or any kind of relationship, even sa mga friendship. Kasi ang mga avoidant, gusto nila nun. However, may anxiety lang sila na gawin yun. And the last one is a dependent personality disorder, a type of anxious personality disorder. People with DPD often feel helpless, submissive, or incapable of taking care of themselves. So, mga taong may DPD is always have a hard time taking care of themselves. Mga dependent sila sa ibang tao. They rely on others for emotional support and validation. They may have trouble making simple decisions. So, gusto kasi nila, pag nag-decide sila, mayroon silang kasama mag-decide. Kasi hindi nila magagawa mag-decide na sila lang. And they may tolerate abusive relationships. They may tolerate abusive relationship kasi wala na silang choice. Kasi kung iiwanan man sila kasi ayun na, wait lang. They may tolerate abusive relationships, which means that kahit na sinasaktan sila sa isang relationship or kahit na inaabuso is tinotolerate pa rin nila kasi hindi nila gusto maging mag-isa sa buhay. and they are often in a relationship. So always sila, lagi silang nasa relationship kasi gusto nila laging may kasama sa buhay. So what are the causes of personality disorder? So we have the environment and social circumstances, the early life experiences, and the genetic factors. The environment and social circumstances we grow up in, the quality of care we receive can affect the way our personality develops. You may experience difficulties associated with personality disorders if you have experienced an unstable or chaotic family, such as living with a parent who is an alcoholic or who struggles to manage a mental health problem. Little or no support from your caregiver. This is may especially hard if you have experienced a traumatic event or situation. A lack of support or bad experiences during your school life, peer group, or wider community such as bullying or exclusion, poverty or discrimination, some form of dislocation such as migration from abroad. So our environment and social circumstances as we grow up is mayroong epekto yan sa ating personality, and it can alter our personality na nga. Maroon siyang affect. So, nag-experience mo kahit isa o lahat niyang nasa 5 numbers is maaring mayroong epekto na ngayon meron ng epekto ito sa iyong personality now. So, the next is the early life experiences. Our experiences growing up can affect our personality in later life. If you had a difficult childhood, you might have developed certain beliefs about the way people think or act and how relationship works. So our experiences as we grow up has also effect on our personality. And if you have been given a personality disorder diagnosis, you may likely than most people to have experienced difficult or traumatic experiences growing up, such as neglect, losing a parent, or experiencing a sudden bereavement, emotional, physical, or sexual abuse, being involved in major incidents or accidents, often feeling afraid, upset, unsupported, or invalidated. So, if you had experienced this at a very young age, lahat ng to or isa lang sa ito, maybe mayroon na tong epekto rin sa personality at sa personality mo at maaring mag-form ng personality disorder sa'yo. And last is the genetic factors. Personality is very complex and researchers currently don't know about what makes up our personalities and to what extent genes play a part in this. Some elements of our personality are likely to be genetic. We are born with different temperaments. For example, babies varies in how active they are, their attention span, and how they adapt to change. While some experts believe genetic inheritance may play a part in the development of personality disorder, others point out that it is difficult to know whether similarities in temperament and behavior have been handed down to generations genetically or through the behavior children were modeled as they grow up. So some experts believe that our personality is somewhat connected to our genetic or genes, while others believes that our own personality is being modeled or sariling nabubuo natin at hindi ito napapasa lang. Pero meron namang part na maari ring totoo na ang genetic factors has a contribution on our personality. So, pero hindi pa rin ito sapat. So, mas better talaga na masabi natin na ang ating mga personality is being modeled as we grow up. So, this ends my report about the personality disorder, and that's all po. Thank you.
Isang mapagpalang araw sa ating lahat. Ako nga pala si Aniluan Kainta at ang paksang ating tatalakayin ngayon ay patungkol sa teorya ng personalidad or theories of personality. Ang teorya na pabilang sa teorya ng personalidad na ating tatalakayin ay ang psychoanalytical theory ni Sigmund Freud. Si Sigmund Freud ay isang Austrian neurologist at ama ng psychoanalysis theory. Isa siyang physiologist and influential thinker of early 20th century. Isa siya sa pinakaunang developer of psychoanalysis na tumutukoy sa id, ego, and superego. Base kay Sigmund Freud na ang utak ay nahati sa tatlong bahagi. Ito ay ang id, ego, at ang superego. Ayon sa kanya, na ang id, ego, and superego ay parang isang iceberg na ang unconscious na tinatawag nating id ay bumubuo ng 90% habang ang conscious naman na si superego ay binubuo ng 10% lamang. The id ay nagmula sa Latin na pangalan na id. This division of the mind includes our basic instinct, inborn disposition, and animalistic urges. Habang ang ego naman ay nagmula sa Greek and Latin na I, na ang ibig sabihin ay this personality structure begins developing in childhood and can be interpreted as the self. Habang ang superego naman ay ang the above ego and includes the moral ideas that a person learns within the family and the society. Ibig sabihin na ang id ay isang unconscious part of the mind. Ibig sabihin na wala itong pakialam sa lahat at ito ay nakabase sa pleasure principle natin. Halimbawa, pleasure principle, wala siyang pakialam kung ano ang magiging consequence ng kanyang mga wala siyang paki kung ano ang magiging kasalungat na konsekwensya na magiging mangyari sa kanyang mga galaw. Ito ay ang unconscious part of the mind. Ang id ay tumutukoy sa pleasure principle at aim towards pleasurable things and away from painful things. Halimbawa, ang isang bata, hindi niya alam na ang isang bata ay umiiyak. Wala siyang pake kung ano ba ang masasabi, or wala siyang pake kung napapagod na ba ang kanyang ina, basta't makuha niya lang ang kanyang nais. Yung bata, makuha niya lang ang kanyang nais na makapag-inom ng gatas. Wala siyang pake kung ano ka pa dyan kapagod or whatever, basta makuha niya lang ang kanyang nais. The unconscious part of the mind, mainly focus to the pleasure principle and includes feelings of hunger, thirst, sex, and other natural body desires aim at deriving pleasure. Habang ang superego naman is the conscious part of the mind. Dito nabubuo ang konsensya ng isang tao. Halimbawa, yung batang umiiyak. Halimbawa, ikaw ay nagnakaw. Ang iyong id mo ay sasabihin na nanakawin mo. Samantalang, ang superego naman, ito yung sasalungat sa kung ano ang iniisip ng id mo. Sasabihin na superego na hindi mabuti ang ginagawa mo. Yun yung sinabi ko kanina na ang superego ay, ito ay ang mga teachings na nakuha mo mula sa inyong mga parents or mula sa simbahan or sa mga kaibigan mo. Yung superego at dito, yung superego at ang ego ay magkakaroon ng tunggalian. Kung ang ego ay more on pleasure principle, Ang id ay more on pleasure principle. Ang superego naman ay ito ay more on teaching. Kung ano ang iniisip ng id, halimbawa, nais kong kumain. Gutom na gutom ako. Kaya ang iniisip ni id ay magnanakaw siya. Samantalang si superego naman, ang iisipin ni superego ay hindi pwedeng magnakaw dahil ito ay mali. Ang superego ay dito nabubuo ang konsensya at ang conscious part of the mind, the realm of moral judgment and determine what is acceptable or not. Isa pa, ang superego ay parang anghel. Ito ay ang parang anghel sa isip. Ito ay ang magbibigay liwanag sa iyo kung ang ginagawa mo ay tama or mali. Ang superego ay nabubuo from 3 to 5 years old at ang function of superego is to control the impulses of id by using rules. Habang ang ego naman habang nagtutunggalian ang id at ang superego, ang ego naman ang nasa gitna. Ang trabaho ni ego ay siya yung magdedesisyon. Halimbawa, gutom na gutom ka at gusto mong kumain. Kaya napag-isipan mo magnakaw. Si superego naman, sasabihin niya, wag kasi masama iyan, nabubuo ang konsensya. Habang nagkakaroon ng tunggalian ng id at saka yung ego, ang superego pala, sasabihin ng ego na, sige, ito na lang ang gagawin ko, maghahanap na ako pagkain, pupunta na lang ako at maghihingi. So, ganun lang. Ganun yung ego. Parang siya yung moral, parang siya yung nagja-judge kung ano talaga ang kanyang gagawin. Yun. Isa pa, halimbawa ay, inutusan ka ng iyong ina na bumili. Tapos may sukli. Ang sinabi ng id ay, ipagbili mo na lang ang sukli. Ang sabi naman ni superego, huwag kasi baka kailangan pa ng nanay mo ang sukli. At habang nagkakaroon ng tunggalian, ang id at saka yung superego, yung ego ang magpapagitna at sasabihin, okay, ganito na lang ang gagawin ko, ito ang gagawin ko. So, ganun yung ego gumanap habang ang id at saka superego ay nagkakaroon ng tunggalian. So, how does these three structures of mind work? Ganun na nga, sabi ko kanina, yung id is more on pleasure principle. Halimbawa, sasabihin ng id sa base sa ating makikita, ang id dito is, I need to eat right now. I need to eat right now. Habang I need to eat right now, gusto mong kumain ngayon din. Pero sabi ni superego, maya na lang kasi wala pa si mama mo. Gusto kong kumain ngayon din. Tapos sasabihin na naman ni superego, mamaya na kasi wala pa ang mama mo. Kaya napag-isipan naman ni id na, hindi, ako na talaga. Tapos sasabihin naman ni superego, mamaya na lang, mapapagalitan ka ng nanay mo. Tapos si ego ang nasa gitna. Siya ang magbibigay ng desisyon kung ano ang gagawin niya. Kung paano niya bibigyan ng solusyon ang kanyang pangangailangan. So, dito sa picture, nakasaad dito na, I want to eat now. Pero sabi ni superego, you can't have it. It's not right. Tapos sabi naman ni ego, I need to do a bit of planning to get it. So yung ego, siya yung nagdidesisyon kung ano ang kanyang gagawin. Nagbibigay ng plano para makuha niya ang gusto niya. Mabigyan niya ng solusyon ang kanyang gutom na lalamunan. Mabigyan niya ng solusyon ang kanyang gutom na lalamunan. So ganun, that is how this three structure of mind function. These three structures of mind ay labis na nakakaapekto talaga sa pagbuo ng ating personalidad sa pang-araw-araw. So, the importance of personality of development. Personality development grooms an individual and help him make a mark of his or her own. Another one is personality development goes a long way in reducing stress and conflict. Number 3, personality development helps you develop a positive attitude in life. And lastly, personality development plays an important role in developing not only your outer but also your inner self. So yun lang po at maraming salamat.